Good evening all of you. Today we discuss the topic exponential functions, and when we are given a graph of exponential function, from the graph how to infer and what are the conclusions we can draw, and exponential equation. From the exponential equation how can we derive the conclusions, that we learn today. Okay, let us go to the topic. Exponential functions, topic name. Some data is given here. A biologist places a colony consisting of 5000 bacteria into a petri dish. After the initial placement of the bacteria at time t equal to 0, the biologist measures and estimates the number of bacteria present every half an hour. So what he is doing, he is measuring and estimating the number of bacteria present for every half an hour. This data was when fitted by an exponential curve of the form y equal to c into 2 power kt. So that bacteria we can convert into the exponential form after t time. So how much bacteria is present, so we can give from this function y equal to c into 2 power kt, where c and k are constants, t measured in hours. So t here time, t is measured in hours and y is measured in thousands of bacteria. So bacteria present after t time, how much is present, how much bacteria is present after t time, using this function we can give. So that is what he is saying, y is measured in thousands of bacteria. The scatter plot together with the exponential curve are shown below. See the graph. Now if you see, so bacteria present in thousands. So here 5000, initially at t equal to 0, 5000. At t equal to hours passed, half an hour, more than 5000. After 1 hour, more than 5000, nearly 6000. After half an hour, 1.5 hour, nearly 7000, 7500, like that. So for every half an hour it is measured, and corresponding bacteria, number of bacteria is with dotted. So if we join these all dots, so we can see it is like an exponential graph, right? So that is what we say, exponential function, and that is given by the curve y equal to c into 2 power kt. That is equation of the exponential curve. Let us solve the questions based on this. According to the scatter plot, the biologist's measurements indicate that the number of bacteria present quadrupled in 6 hours. So bacteria present is quadrupled 4 times, x square, x power 4, x cube, x power 4, quadrupled in 6 hours, and the exponential curve passes through the corresponding data point at time t equal to 6. The exponential function also agrees with the initial number of bacteria. Compute Ck. See, bacteria quadrupled in 6 hours time. See, initially how much? 5000. After 6 hours, what is the bacteria? 20,000. So 4 times. Okay. Right. Now he is asking Ck. What is C into K? Right. Since there are 5000 bacteria at present t equal to 0, so there we have C equal to 5. So y equal to 5 into 2 power kt. Initially at time t equal to 0 and C equal to 5000 bacteria is there, right? So therefore y equal to 5 into 2 power kt. Yes, 1 second. Right. Right. Now since 5000 bacteria present at time t equal to 0, from this substituting 5000 equal to C into, I can write here, (5,000) equal to C into 2 power kt at a time t equal to 0. So therefore this becomes 0, k is 0. So that equal to, what will happen, C equal to 5 because in terms of thousands is C equal to 5. Next, right, we are given that y equal to 4 into 5 for 4 times, so y equal to 20. We have seen the graph, right? In the graph, what is y after 6 hours? After 6 hours, y is 20. So therefore, y equal to 20 when t equal to 6. So that 20 equal to 5 into 2 power 6k, because t is 6 here, dividing each side of this equation by 5 yields 4 equal to 2 power 6k. So we have 2 square equal to 2 power 6k, and therefore 2 equal to 6k, k equal to 1 by 3. C already we know, C is 5, so therefore Ck is 5 by 3. Is it okay? They are asking C value. So from the initial conditions we have found the value of C, and from the next given conditions, the bacteria quadrupled in 6 hours, from that we have found the value of k. So from that Ck value is 5 by 3. Okay. Next. So this is just note is given, nothing else. Okay. After 6, okay, this also the explanation is given, nothing else. A common mistake is to write 5 into 2 power 6, okay, that is, he is explained once again, he is explaining what is happening, what common mistake we do in solving the problem, that he is explaining. So okay. Now on January 1, 2015, a family living on an island releases their 2 pet rabbits into the wild. Okay. In 2005, January 1st January 2015, a family living in an island releases their 2 pet rabbits into the wild. Due to short gestation period of rabbits and the fact that the rabbits have no natural predators on this land, the rabbit population doubles each month. So what is happening? The rabbit population is doubling every month. Suppose in the beginning it is 2, and after 1 month 4, after 1 month 8, double 6, 16, 32, like that. So if P represents the rabbit population T years after January 1st, 2015, then which of the following equations best models the rabbit population on this island over time? So he is asking what about the equation that represents this rabbit population after a period of time, that he is asking. Let us see. So either P equal to 2 power T plus 12 by 12 or what? What are the other options? Okay. If you see, using the exponential growth model formula, a quantity that continually doubles over a fixed time period can be modeled by the exponential function. Yes, if it is doubled over a period of time, after 1 month double, next 1 month double, next like that, or triple. In any case, we can use the exponential graph. See, therefore P equal to C into 2 power Td. Actually here it is not, it should be in the power. C equal to 2 power Td, where C is the quantity at time t equal to 0 and D is the doubling time in years. So actually this is not the, this is somewhere, this should be written as P equals to C into 2 power Td, because it is doubling every time, every period of time, right? After 1 month double, next double, next double. So therefore 2 power Td. Here C is the initial population at a time t equal to 0. So at a time t equal to 0, what is initial population? So in this case there are initially 2 rabbits, so that C equal to 2. So what is happening? Initially there are 2 rabbits, right? 2 rabbits are released into the wild, right? 2 equal to C into 2 power T is 0. Therefore 2 equal to C. So C equal to 2. Is it okay? So that is what C. And the doubling time is every month or every 1 by 12th year. So doubling time is what? Every 1 month. Every 1 month the population is doubling, right? So therefore in terms of years, if you convert, in a year there are 12 months, therefore T is 1 by 12, because here T we should mention in terms of the years. Okay. So therefore T is 1 by 12. Okay. Let us see. it follows that P equal to 2 into C is to value 2 power T divided by 1 by 12. Why? Because here D is the doubling time in years. In how many years it is doubling? Every 1 month it is doubling. So T divided by 1 by 12, that is T 2 equal to 2 into 12 power 12 T. 2 into 2 power 12 T. T is number of years. D is doubling time. Doubling time is how much? Every 1 month. So 1 month means it is nothing but 1 by 12th of a year. So that we are converting into years. So therefore that is the reason to 1 T into 1 by 12, that is 12 T. So that means here finally the function is P equal to 2 power 12 T plus 1. So which option is correct? D, option D, 2 power 12 T plus 1 is the correct option. Understood? A radioactive substance decays at an annual rate of 17% if the initial amount of the substance is 650 grams. Which of the following functions H models the remaining amount of the substance in grams T years later? See here, a radioactive substance decays at an annual rate of 17%. So every year 17% decays, reducing radioactive particle. If the initial amount of the substance is 650 grams, initially it was 650 grams, after 1 year 17% of that amount reduced, after 1 year another 17% is reduced, after 1 year another 17% of that at that time present, whatever substance is present in that substance, 17% is reduced. Like that it is reducing, that is what we can say decay. Okay, which of the following functions H models the remaining amount of the substance in grams T years later? Simple, it is we are expressing in terms of exponential function, nothing else. Using general exponential formula, recall that a general exponential function has the form P of T equal to P of T equals to A into 1 plus R whole power Ct. Okay, where A equal to P of 0 is the initial amount and R is the growth rate. See here, what is the initial amount? Initially at T equal to 0, what will happen? This will be 1. That means at T equal to 0, P of 0 equal to A. That is nothing but 650 grams. So therefore, that equal to 650 grams initially. Okay. Right. So in this problem, A equal to P of 0 equal to 650. And since the substance is decaying at an annual rate of 17%, so for every 117 units, for every 100 units, 17 units are reducing. Therefore, annual rate 17 for every 1 year. So therefore, C equal to 1. Is it okay? So and the exponential rate is R equal to minus 0.17. Why it is decaying? Because it is decaying, we write negative, and 17%, therefore we write 0.17. So therefore R is R equals to R equal to 0.17. Because it is reducing, R equal to minus 0.17. So minus 0.17 is the rate, exponential rate, and C is 1, C equal to 1, and P of T, A equal to 650, initial substance 650. So if I write in the exponential formula, P of T equal to A into 1 minus 0.17 whole power Ct, C is 1 into Tt. So that means 650 into, there is 0.83 whole power T. So this is the exponential function which represents the given data. Is it okay? That is what is explained here. 650 into 0.83 whole power T. Okay. So where is my option? D is my correct option. Done? Okay. Next, if you take, suppose you deposit $500 in a bank account that pays 4% interest per year. So every year you are getting 4 rupees for every 100 rupee, for every $100, I am sorry, For every $100 you are getting $4, 4%, right? And what would your account balance be if you leave your money in the bank for 10 years? So if we keep the amount that $500 for 10 years without withdrawing anything or without depositing anything, so he is asking what would be your balance. Okay. So options are given, let us see. The starting amount is 500. So it is like every year 4% it is increasing, right? Whatever the amount is there after first year, on that 4%. Again at the end of second year, how much amount is there? On that again 4%, like that. So therefore it is nothing but an exponential function. So therefore we are using exponential function. Initial amount is how much? 500 initial amount, and $500 times 1 plus, because it is increasing 4% every time you are getting, right, increasing. So 0.04, okay, whole power 10, because you are leaving it for 10 years. Actually this is C into T. C is 4% per annum. So C is 1 and T is number of years you are investing the amount. You are investing 10 years. So therefore T is 10, therefore 10 into 1, 10. So therefore this gives you the amount after 10 years. Okay. So nothing but 500 times 1.04 whole power 100 is my answer. So what is the option, which is nothing but yes, D is the answer, 500 into 1.04 whole power 10, right? Understood, right? Okay. Now we will move to next question. Suppose a certain endangered species declines 20% every 10 years. If there are X animals of that species alive today, and how many will be alive in 50 years? So some type of species is there that is declines 20% every 10 years. For every 10 years it is decreasing. The species are vanishing 20% for every 10 years. So after 50 years, how many will be alive? That is the question. So it is again an exponential function. Let us see. The starting amount is X. We don't know how many species are there. It is given that there are X animals. Number we don't know exactly. So X animals are there, for example. So X animals, the rate is 0.20, because 20% for every 10 years. This is not for 1 year, every 10 years. Okay. And this is decay. Okay, because the animals are reducing, right? But the rate is per 10-year period. So the power must be adjusted. So how to adjust power? 10 years. For 1 year, 1 by 10, right? So therefore whenever you take a function, exponential function, P of t equal to A into 1 plus R whole power Ct, right? So P of t initially is how much? Initially X. P of t will give you after some time, will be after 10 years, 50 years. P of t equal to A into 1 plus R whole power Ct, where A equal to how much? Initially X. What is R? R is how much? 20% for every 10 years. So for 1 year, sorry, R is how much? 20%. 20% means what? 0.2. 20%, right? And C is for 1 year 1 by 10, right? And T is how much? 50. So therefore X into 1 minus 0.2 whole power 50 by 10. Is it okay? So because here this is for every 10 years it is happening. So therefore if you substitute here, you will get X into 1 plus, sorry, here because it is reducing the species, therefore we get minus 0.2, okay. Whole power Ct, C is 1 by 10, T is 50, that gives you X into 0.8, whole power 5 is my answer. Okay, initially if you put some 50 animals are there, you can replace X with 50. If there are 100 animals, you can replace X with 100, like that, okay, right. Next thing, see the calculator tip. Okay, so suppose coli bacteria double in quantity every 30 minutes. if an animal is currently infected with 500 E. coli cells, how long will it take the number of cells to reach 1,28,000? So initially how many are there? 500. It reached 1,28,000. So at what time? How long will it take? Time here they are asking. At what time this amount will be turned into this amount? Okay, let us see. Plug the answer choice. Okay, what is the exponential growth? 500 times every 30 minutes, right? Doubles in every 30 minutes. Double in every 30 minutes. So that is the reason 2 represents doubles, 500, and next every 30 minutes. So how long will it take the number of cells to reach the time? See, we do not know number of hours, x will be the number of hours, okay, and every 30 minutes, right, okay. So 1 hour, how many 30 minutes are there? 2 30 minutes are there, therefore 2 times of x is the number of hours, x is the number of hours till to reach 1,28,000. So for every 1 hour 2 times it is increasing, right, 2 times the quality is doubling, right, therefore 2x, 500 into 2 power 2x, or put y1 equals to 500 into 2 power 2x, or y2 and y2 equal to 1,28,000. See, this is the exponential function which we can represent this problem by, and this is the 1,28,000 is the population after certain time. So let us equate these two. If you equate these two, 1,28,000 is equal to 500 into 2 power 2x. So 2 zeros cancel, 5 in this, 5 2s are 10, 20, 5 5s are 25, 30, 256. So 256 equal to 2 power 2x. 256 can be expressed as, what is the power of 256? 64, 6, 7, 8. I think 2 power 8 is 2 power 2x, implies 2x equal to 8, implies x equal to 4. Okay. So therefore after 4 hours the population will be, the number of cells will be 1,28,000. So this much time they will take, 4 hours they will take. Is it okay? So graphical explanation is given here. Right. Now we will move to next one. Suppose half life of a radioactive isotope is 20 minutes. That is, every 20 minutes the amount of isotope remaining is half of the previous amount. See, that means, for example, 1 kilo radioisotope is there, 1 kilo radioactive isotope is there. After 20 minutes what will happen? It will be half of the kilo. See, it is given, that is every 20 minutes the amount of the isotope remaining half of the previous amount. So after 20 minutes half kilo, again after 20 minutes 250 grams, half of the half kilo, 1/4 of a kilo. So like that for every 20 minutes it is reducing. See, if you have a sample of 50 grams, what will be the weight of the sample at the time, at the same time tomorrow? So you have a sample of 50 grams, after 20 minutes 25 grams, after 20 minutes 25 by 2 grams, after 20 minutes 25 by 4 grams. So like that every 20 minutes half reducing. That is what we say, the half life of a radioactive isotope. So half life means the substance becomes half of the amount present. Okay. Now he is asking at what same time, at what will happen, you see. Right. The starting amount is 50, yes, 50 grams we have initially, yes. The rate is 0.5. What is given? Suppose half life of a radioactive isotope, half life, half means 1 by 2, 0.5. So that is what the rate is, 0.5. And this is decay. Because of decay we get negative, minus 0.5 is the R. But the rate is per 20 minutes and there are 3 into 24 into 20 minutes periods in 24 hours. In 24 hours, starting from this time to the tomorrow up to same time, 24 hours. 24 hours we are converting into minutes. 3 into, okay. See, 50 into 1 minus 0.5, because decay, therefore minus 0.5 we are writing, minus 0.5 we are writing. 24 is the total number of hours, 24 hours, 1 day. What is this 3? This 3 is for 1 hour, how many times it is happening? For every 20 minutes, how many 20 minutes are there in 1 hour? 3 20 minutes are there. 20, 20, 20 becomes 60 minutes, right? So therefore 3 20 minutes are there. Hence 50 into 1 minus 0.5 whole power 3 into 24. Is it okay? Right. So this gives you 50 into 0.5 whole power 3 into 24. Right? Yes. So D is my answer. Understood? Right. Let us move to the next question. Alexandra is trying to choose a bank in which she will deposit $1,000 and leave it there for 5 years. She wants to deposit $1,000 and she wants to leave it for 5 years without depositing or withdrawing any amount. If bank A pays 3% interest and bank B pays 4% interest at the end of 5 years, how much more money will she have at bank B than bank A? So there are two banks, bank A, bank B. Bank A is giving only 3% rate of interest, 3% per annum, and bank B is giving 4%. So what the question is, how much more money will she have at bank B than bank A? So if she invests $1,000 in bank A and bank B is giving more interest rate, right? 4% it is giving, and bank A is giving only 3%. So in bank B she will have more amount than A. So how much more amount in bank B she is having? That is the question. Okay, let us discuss. Now, see, simple. This is an exponential growth, because every year whatever amount is there, on that amount they will give the rate of interest, right? So therefore initially $1,000 are there, right? Every year 4% increasing, bank B is 4% is giving. So therefore 1 plus 0.4, 1.04 whole power 5 years. Here this 3% and 4% they are giving for every 1 year. So therefore here number of years, total number of years, 5 years, not multiplied by anything. If they give 3% for every half year, here we write 2 into 5. Why? Because how many half years are there in a year? 2 are there. Therefore 2 into 5 we write. Suppose if they give 3% rate of interest for every 4 months. In 1 year how many 4 months are there? 3 4 months are there. So therefore here we should multiply 3 into 5. 3 into 5. But here this 3% and 4% per annum they are giving for 1 year. So therefore 1 into 5, here also 1000 into 1 plus 0.03 whole power 5 into 1 5. So the difference is the amount that she will have at bank B than bank A. Okay, right. So this is simplification. By using calculator we can do it. So $57.37 she will have extra amount or more amount than bank A in bank B. Okay, right. Next. So questions 9 to 10 refer the following information. The data below describes the size of a sink hole, a mysterious hole that forms in the ground, okay, over a period of 3 weeks, week diameter in feet, okay, 0 diameter in feet 38, after first week 41.8, after 2 weeks 46, after 3 weeks 50.6 feet in diameter. So every week it is increasing. If a constant rate is increasing, suppose what is the difference between these two? 2.2, right? Yes, difference between these two, 3.8, right? But here difference is 4.2, not same. If the difference is same, if the increase or decrement is same, the time gap, corresponding time gap, then we do not say that that is an exponential growth, that is a linear growth. Okay, but here growth is not same. Okay, let us see. Which of the following best describes the change in size over the time? This is growth, but it is not linear or exponential. But is it linear or exponential? As I told you, if the growth is constant every year, then we say that that is a linear growth. Okay, see, notice that diameter increases by a different amount each week, 3.8, 4.2 first week and 4.6. See, difference is 3.8, 4.2, 5.4, right? So every week increasing 4.6. So difference is not the same. But size always increases by the same rate, namely 10% each week. But size is increasing 0, 1, 2, 3, right? Week by week. Sorry, it is given. Okay. Diameter increases by different amounts each week, but size always increases by same rate, namely 10% each week. Okay. 41.8 I can write 1.8 into 38. 46 can be expressed as 1.1 into 41.8. So similarly, even 4.2 also I can express 1.1 into something. So therefore, so the growth is exponential, it is not linear. Simply saying, if the growth is same amount, constant amount every week, we can say it is a linear growth. Otherwise, it is not. So it is an exponential growth. So therefore, answer choice is increasing exponential, not decreasing exponential, increasing exponential. C is my answer. Is it okay? Right. Next, coming to the 10th one. Which of the equations below best describes, best relates the diameter of the sinkhole in feet to the time in weeks? So which equation gives you the relation between the diameter of the sinkhole and the time in terms of weeks? Okay. Simply see the options, substitute the data whatever is given in the table. Which equation satisfies? Which equation is satisfied by the data in the table? That is my answer. Okay. Now see, in the question 6 it was established that, the previous question, sorry, it's not a question 6. The relationship is exponential growth with a growth rate of 10% and starting with a diameter of 38. So diameter of 38, every time 10% is increasing, right? So D equal to 38 into 1 plus 0.1 whole power W, exponential growth. So we are giving an equation. Okay, diameter equal to 38 times of 1 plus 0.1, right? So therefore, which option will give you? C, 38 times 1.1 whole power W, that gives you the growth rate equation. W represents number of weeks, right? Okay. In the diagram below, each exponential curve represents the population of bacteria in a petri dish as a function of time in hours. At time t equal to 0, the population of dish is 1 is 2000 and the population of dish 2 is 3000. See here, in the diagram below, each exponential curve represents the population of bacteria in petri dish as a function of time in hours. So there are two dishes, dish 1 and dish 2. Bacteria in dish 1, bacteria in dish 2. Bacteria in dish 1 is 2000, bacteria in dish 2 is 3000 at a time t. That means initially in dish 1 2000 bacteria is there, in dish 2 3000 bacteria is there. Okay. So graphically showing. At time t equal to 0, 2000 bacteria in dish 1, 3000 bacteria in dish 2. Is it okay? 3000 bacteria. So the time increases, bacteria is also increasing. So this is an exponential growth. So this graph represents you dish 1, this will represent dish 2. This is clearly mentioned, and population of bacteria in terms of 1000, 2000, 4000, 6, 10,000, 8, like that. Okay. Now we will go to the question. At a time t equal to 0, the number of bacteria in dish 2 is what percent more than the number of bacteria in dish 1? Initially, what percent more than the number of bacteria in dish 1? Number of bacteria in dish 2 is how much percent more than the bacteria in dish 1? That is what is simple. What is the difference here? 1000, right? 2000, 3000. 1000 by 1000 is the difference. 1000 is the difference by initially mean dish 1 is having 2000 multiplied by 100, which gives you 20 cancel, 00 cancel, so 100%, right. So we see the solution. Find the average growth rate bacteria in dish 1 and dish 2 from time t equal to 0 to time t equal. This is the second question. So there are two questions are given. Let us see. Number of bacteria in dish 2 minus number of bacteria in dish 1 at time t equal to 0 by number of bacteria in dish 2 at time t equal to 0. So how much is increased? 3000 minus 2000 by 3000 1 by 33 1 by 3%. So at time t equal to 0 the number of bacteria in dish 2 is 33 1 by 3% more than the number of bacteria in dish 1. Actually this is wrong. Here some mistake is there. 3000 minus 2000 by 2000, you are comparing with dish 1. With dish 1 if you compare, how much is more? You are not comparing with dish 2, right? So suppose a person's salary is $1000 or $2000, another person's salary is how much? $3000. Okay, what is the difference between the salaries? $1000. So person B is having $3000, person A is having $2000, the difference is 1000. So $1000 more than A, B is having. So in terms of percent, if you compare, you write the difference by the salary of A. Is it okay? So here also we should not write 3000 in the denominator, sorry. Here 3000 minus 2000 by 2000 we should write here, that is given wrong. So this is wrong, please write down 3000 minus as discussed earlier into 100 if you want percentage. So 1000 by 2000 multiplied by 100, 2 zeros cancel, 2 in this, so 50% more, 50% more dish 2 is having bacteria than dish 1. So 50% is correct, 31% is wrong. Okay, right. Next question, average growth rate of dish 1. So what is the question of? Find the average growth rate of bacteria in dish 1 and dish 2 from time t equal to 0 to time t equal to 4. Time t equal to 0 to time t equal to 4, what is the average rate of growth? So for average rate of growth, what we do? Average rate of growth of dish 1 is at time t equal to 0, how much is there? From that subtract at time t equal to 0, how much is there? At time t equal to 4, 10,120 is there. At time t equal to 0, 2000 is there. By 4 minus 0, at time 4, right? So 4 minus initial time 0, 4. So this is the time duration. So in 4 hours, how much? 2030. This is the average rate of bacteria in dish 1. What about in dish 2? After 4 hours, 6220 minus initially in dish 2 we are having 3000. So 6220 minus 3000 by 4 minus 0, which gives you 805. Okay. So these are the questions. Okay. It options not mentioned here. Okay, leave it. Next, during a decade of continuous drought, the water level of a lake has decreased by 10% each year. See, because of the drought, the water level in a lake is continuously decreasing. How much percent it is decreasing? 10% every year. This year 10% decreased. Next year, whatever next year, at the end of this first year, whatever the water level is there, in that again 10% is decreased. So like that every year it is decreasing 10%, 10%. Which of the following graphs could model the water level of the lake as a function of time? Okay, now see, is it decreasing or increasing? Decreasing, right? So we have to go for decreasing graph. You see it is increasing function, right? It is increasing graph. And second thing is every year 10% is decreasing on whatever the water level is there at the end of the year. That means it is not a linear decay or linear growth. Why? Because every year whatever level present is there, on the 10% is reducing. So it is exponential decay. So we should go for exponential, and we can eliminate B and C. This is linear growth, linear decay. So these two are eliminated because we are searching for exponential, and this is exponential decay, this is exponential growth. So exponential growth is also eliminated. B, C, D are eliminated. A is my answer because this is exponential decay. Every year 10% is decreased. So exponential decay. So A is my answer. Is it okay? Very simple one. Simple question this is. Suppose the initial water level was 100 units. If the water level decreases by 10% every year, the water level will be 100 into 1 minus 0.1 whole power n. N will be the number of years. So 100 into 0.n whole power n years later. The water level decreases exponentially, not linearly. Of the graph shown, only choice A would appropriately model exponential decrease. Whatever we have discussed, he explained here, nothing else. Okay, right. Coming to the next question. Yes, there is a graph given and time in years, model A, model B, and value of cars in dollars. So this is the value of cars in dollars, and this is the time years. Okay. Now, if you observe this graph carefully, initially at time t0, and this is model A, right? Model A car is $30,000 at time t0, and model B car is 25,000. So gradually when time is increasing, gradually the cars values are decreasing. We know cars value will decrease according to the time, right? Gradually. So that is what given here. Let us see. In the graph above, each exponential curve represents the values in dollars of two different cars as a function of time in years. At time t equals to 0, the price of model was $30,000. The price A of model B was 24,000. At time t equal to 6, the price of both models was $12,000. See here, two different cars are given as a function of time in years. At time t equal to 0, the price of model was 30,000. At time t equal to 0, 30,000 model A. Okay. Price of model B was 24,000. Price of model B was 24,000. It is not 25, 24,000, less than that. Okay. Right. At time t equal to 6, both cars have same value. That means time in years, after 6 years, both model cars have the same value. What is that? Time 6 years, $12,000. 12,000 times 6, 12,000. So $12,000 is the value of the, both the cars after 6 years, right? Now, the price of the model was 12,000 at time t equal to 6, right? Based on the graphs above, which of the following must be true? Okay. At time t equal to 0, the price of model A was 25% more than the price of B. At time t equal to 0, the price of model B was 20% less than the price of model A. At time t equal to 0 and 2, from time t equal to 0 to time t equal to 6, the average rate of decrease in the value of model A was 1.5 times the average rate of decrease in the value of model B. Okay. So in this period, the average rate of decrease of model A is 1.5 times the average rate of decrease in the value of model B. That is the third option. Okay, let us see one by one. At time t equal to 0, the price of model A was 30,000 as discussed earlier in the graph is given, and the price of model B was $24,000. B's price is $24,000 at time t equal to 0, A model price is $30,000. To find out what percent price of model A was higher than the price of model B, use the following equation. Yes, 30,000 equal to 24,000 into 1 plus x by 100. See, what is x here? X is more. How much percent more? So 30 by 24,000 equal to 1 plus x by 100, which equal to 1.25 on the left hand side, 1 plus x by 100, 0.25 x by 100, x equal to 25. So therefore, simply you simplify this equation, finding x, nothing else we are doing here. So that means 25% more, initially 25% more than the model B, model A was. Therefore, the price of model A was 25% higher than and the price of B, price of model B. Okay. So therefore, 1 is true. To find out what percent the price of B, model B was less than price of model A, how much percent model B was less than the price of model B? Again we can use, because less than is saying therefore minus. So 24,000 equal to 30,000 into 1 minus x by 100, which gives you 24,000 by 30,000 equal to 1 minus x by 100. I can add this 0 point equal to 1 minus x by 100. So x by 100 equal to 0.2, x equal to 20%. So therefore model B price was 20% less than the model A. If model B was 20% less than the model A, right. So 2 is also true. Now the third statement, so first two statements are correct. Now coming to the third statement, from time t equal to t equal to 0 to t equal to 6, in the 6 years period, the average rate of decrease in the value of model A, amount of decrease by change in years. How much amount is decreased by number of years, period of the time. How much is decreased? Initially 30,000 at time t equal to 0 and 12,000 after 6 years. So 18,000, 18,000 the decrease, 18 by 6 will give you 3,000. So this is the average rate of decrease of model A, right. So coming to model B, initially it was 24,000 and after 6 years 12,000. So subtract, so 12 by 6, that is 2,000, 2,000 is the average rate of decrease in model B, okay. Therefore from time t equal to 0 to time t equal to 6, the average rate of decrease in the value of model A was 1.5 times the average rate of decrease in the value of the model B. So how many times the value of average decrease in the average value of model A is, how many times is more than the decrease in the value of the model B? So that is 1.5 times, because that is 3,000, this is 2,000, okay. Yes, all the three are correct, therefore D is the correct option. All three are correct. First statement, second statement, third statement, all three are verified. Now, if f of x equal to 12,000 times 0.9 power x and g of x equal to 14,000 times 0.85 power x, what is the value of g of 2 minus f of 2? Okay, this is a simple question. Now f of x is given, g of x is given, right. Next, g of 2 minus f of 2. What is g of 2? 14,000 into 0.85 power 2 minus 12,000 into 0.9 power 2. In the place of x we are replacing 2, nothing else. X is replaced by 2 because they are asking g of 2 minus f of 2. Simple calculation, it gives you a 395 is the answer, okay. So, two exponential functions are given, just we are substituting the values of x, that is 14th one. Mark invests $1,500 at a rate of 6% interest. So Mark is investing $1,500 at 6% rate of interest, compounded annually, yes. So on $1,500 they will give 6%, that interest is added to the $1,500, again on that they will give another 6% for the next year. So every year this will continue, this is what called as compounded annually. How much is the investment worth after 5 years? So after 5 years what was the investment? Every year if they keep on giving 6%, 6%, 6%, after 5 years what is it? This is nothing but exponential, like what we say compound interest, we can say compound interest is nothing but exponential function. Second, the price of a new automobile is $28,000. If the value of the automobile decreases 12% per year, what will be the price of the automobile after 5 years? Here exponential increase here, growth, because 5% interest rate they are giving, every year 5% is added. But here the price of a new automobile is $28,000. If the value of the automobile decreases, this is exponential decay, this is exponential growth, okay. In the case of exponential decay we write minus, here plus, right. Population of a western town doubles in size every 12 years. If the population of a town is 8,000, what will be the population 18 years from now? Yes, this is again exponential growth. The half life of a carbon 14 is approximately 66,000 years. How much of 800 grams of this substance will remain after 30,000 years? After 30,000 years, in the 800 grams, how much will remain? That is the question. This is exponential decay, because half lifetime of a carbon 14. So every year it is decreasing. So exponential decay, exponential growth, exponential decay, exponential growth, right. I think they are asking the growth, I mean, yes. they have given the values, just we are finding the values after 5 years. Every problem, there are 4 problems given in 4 options, we are expressing that problem in terms of an equation, exponential equation. Okay, right, simple, this is nothing but substituting the values in the exponential function, nothing else. Right. The number of rabbits in a certain population doubles every 40 days. If the population starts with 12 rabbits, which of the following gives total number of rabbits in the population after 2 years? Yes, this also simple, what do you say, exponential growth function, growth, because doubles every year, every 40 days. The present population must be multiplied by a factor of 2 to double. If a certain population doubles every 40 days, the population grows a multiple of 2 power 1 by 12 each day, because here every 40 days doubles, right. So therefore 2 power 1 by 12, why 1 by 12? Every 40 days, for 1 day 1 by 40 growth, so 2 power 1 by 40 each day. So after t days the population will be multiplied by 2 power t by 1 by 40, because after t days, therefore 2 power 1 by 40 into d, like p of x equal to 1 plus r into whole power ct, a into 1 plus r into whole power ct, c is 1 by 40, t is number of days here. If the population starts with 12 rabbits, after t days the population will be 12 into a is 12, initial population, 12 into 2 power t by 40 gives you the exponential expression for the given problem. So which option is correct? 12 into t power 40, D is the correct answer. Yes. Population of P of a town is 80,000 this year. If the population of town decreases at a rate of 4% each year, which of the following expression gives the population P of a t years? Yes, this is again exponential growth, because here, sorry, population of P town is 80,000 this year. If the population of the town decreases at a rate of 4%, exponential decay, because decreases is given, right? So exponential decay. Following, which of the following expression gives the population P after t years? Yes, just we are expressing the given problem, exponential decay problem, in the in terms of an equation. Okay, right. So for the present population to decrease by 4%, the initial population must be multiplied by factor of 0.6. Yes or no? Because 4% is decay, we write 1 minus 0.04. So therefore 0.96, the population is P. Then 8,000, this year it will be 8,000 into 0.96, 1 year later. After 2 years he is asking 8,000 into 80,000 into 0.96 into 0.96 after 2 years. After 3 years, 3 times, after 4 years, 4 times. So 80,000 into 0.96 whole power t will give you the what do you say, population P after t years. Yes. After t years the population will be 80,000 into 0.96 whole power t. This is not multiplied by whole power t, this is power t. Yes, okay, because it is exponential. Right. Next we have, yes, these questions, like you can say all almost exponential growth questions. So please try to note down the question and try to answer the question. I will give the answer also. Please note down the question. Please note down. Options also, yes. C is answer. C is answer. Just expressing the given expression, given problem in terms of exponential growth equation. Same, this one already we have done. Similar question we have done, not exact question. Similar question. Radioactive substance half life. Yes. This also. Please note down the question. Yes. Okay. Yes, okay. So remaining questions also the same way, exponential growth. So I think you have understood what is exponential growth and how to solve the questions based on this. Okay, right. In the coming class we will come to we'll discuss one more new topic. Thank you all of you. I hope you understood what is exponential growth and what is exponential decay, what is linear growth and linear decay. Okay, thank you all of you. See you in the next class.